Welcome to Connect, powered by the Fulton County Department of Senior Services. I'm your host, Ladisa Onilagu. This show connects you to information, services, and programs that support healthy aging. Not only is healthy aging a priority of Fulton County government and the Department of Senior Services, it is the guide by which we provide the most relevant resources to assist our aging population to remain independent, healthy, and active. Many older adults are exploring careers in the second half of their life. These careers are considered encore careers. Continued income and opportunities for socialization are just a few benefits of pursuing an encore career. Older adults are taking charge as well of their financial future. Retirement, emergency savings, Social Security, and Medicare premiums are key factors that citizens, older adults, need to consider. Today, we will speak with Ms. Andrea B. Malavi, CFP Financial Consultant with Wells Fargo Advisors. Later in the show, we'll speak with Mr. Wynn Rochelle, Project Director of the AARP Senior Community Service Employment Program, also known as CSEP. So stay tuned. We're back and glad to have you with us today on Connect. I'm your host, Ladisa Onilagu. Our first guest is Ms. Andrea B. Malavi, CFP Financial Consultant, Wells Fargo Advisor. Ms. Malavi graduated from the University of Georgia and has over 30 years of experience as a client service professional and financial advisor. Her can-do approach, persistence, excellent listening skills, and passion for results allows her to create sound strategies to help her clients meet their specific financial needs. Ms. Malavi is an active member of the community and supports senior services by serving on the Friends of Benson board at the Dorothy C. Benson Senior Multipurpose Complex, a program managed by the Fulton County Department of Senior Services. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Ms. Malavi, it's my understanding that the Social Security Administration administers programs that support retirement.
Yes.
So, what is the recommended age to retire?
Well, it's complicated. There is a full retirement age, and that is the age at which Social Security pays your 100% of your benefit. And remember, full retirement age, some people will call it FRA.
Okay.
So if you start at full retirement age, you get 100% of the benefit based on your earnings in your lifetime. If you were born prior to 1954, your full retirement age is 66. If you were born after 1960, your full retirement age is 67. So if you were born between 54 and 60, there's a graduated step up, and you can find that on ssa.gov.
And even though that age, that scale is there, it doesn't mean that people have to wait. Some people retire early, some people retire later, correct?
Right. And just because you retire, you don't have to start your Social Security, but you can.
Okay.
The earliest you can start it is age 62. Now, if you choose to start it at 62, you will have your benefit reduced by 0.5% for every month before your full retirement age. So if your full retirement age is 66 and you decide to start benefits at 65, that would be the equivalent of a 6% decrease in your benefit, and that never steps back up.
Okay.
That's a permanent reduction. So you can start, that is a possibility. Another possibility is to delay starting past your full retirement age. And the benefit of that is that for every year past your full retirement age, you get an 8% increase.
Okay.
Now, if you think about that and you think about what you're getting, what you could earn on CDs or a money market, it's not close to 8%.
Okay.
So if you have other ways to support yourself, and let that benefit grow to age 70, it'll make a better income for you later.
So let's talk a little bit about Medicare premiums. What advice can you give to seniors to help manage the premiums, and talk just a little bit about Medicare Part A, as we were talking about earlier, and Part B and some of the penalties associated with it?
Sure. So everybody's excited to start Medicare. They no longer have to think about where they're going to get their health insurance.
Yeah.
But what has surprised people lately is that your income determines how much your premium is for Medicare. There's Medicare Part A that you get automatically. Part B is your medical coverage, and Part D is your drug coverage. Your premiums are for Part B and Part D.
Okay.
Your basic premium for Medicare is $144.60 a month. But as an individual, if your income on the prior year was over $87,000, or as a couple, if it was over $174,000, there will be a surcharge.
Okay.
And that is bracketed 5 times. So up to a upper portion where you would be covering 95% of your program cost if your income were in that area. And the things you want to think about, sometimes people sell a house, which isn't really your income, but if part of that turned out, if you made a profit above the reasonable deduction for that, that would go to your income. So you have to be thoughtful about your income. Okay. And if you're $1 into that bracket, you will get that full increased amount. Please, the brackets are out there. Go to Medicare.gov, see where you'll fall.
Okay, I know this seems like a lot of information for our viewers, pretty
Yes.
heavy. They can't digest it all in one show, so I wanted to let our viewers know that we do offer some workshops, some information at our senior multi-purpose facility, so we'll provide more information later in the show. So I don't want them to get overwhelmed,
Right.
because it's great information. And so let's just keep talking about retirement and EncoreCareers and how to plan. What can you share about retirement savings?
Retirement savings. So when we're working when we're in our working lives,
Yes.
the recommendation is 3 to 6 months of savings as a minimum. But once you truly retire, if you do not have a second job, we recommend a year to 2 years worth of your essential spending. Because if you have an emergency, you may not be able to get back into the workforce to make up that difference. So do be aware the standard 3 to 6 months that you hear for most of your life,
Okay.
you need to save, you need to have more in savings when you actually go into retirement.
Okay, and essential spending, food,
Shelter,
shelter, utilities.
health insurance, your premiums.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about something that is plaguing a lot of older Americans, not only here in Fulton County, our state, but our nation: fraud.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
We have clients who have been defrauded. I have friends who have been victims of fraud. And the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has done some analysis on this. And what they have found is that for one 5-year period, from 2013 to 2017, the rate of fraud increased 4 times.
Amazing.
4 times in 5 years. The average loss for each individual was $34,200.
So I wonder if that's the advent of technology, plus not being aware that fraud can happen within your home with your loved ones.
Yes, it can. And that's really the hard thing, because part of what we talk about is trying to find someone you can trust to help protect you in case someone is trying to commit crime, commit fraud with you. But if it's your loved ones, who do you go to?
Right.
And that is, it definitely happens. One thing I'd like to recommend is to reach out to your financial institution to see if they have a form where you can designate someone they can call if they see your spending habits change.
Okay.
Because they see your spending habits. And this person, it's not like a power of attorney. All they would do, and we're going back to the loved ones, but all they would do is come and talk to you and see if it looks like there may be something happening. So talk to your financial institution to see if there's such a form.
Okay.
The other thing I want to encourage people to do is to tell someone. If you have a feeling in your stomach that something is not right, tell someone. That is the easiest way to stop it, for you to recognize it and then to tell someone.
All right.
And then the last thing I would like to say is they work off of fear. So again, back to that feeling in your stomach. Learn to recognize it. If they say they're from the IRS, if they say they're from your bank.
Or if they need some type of personal information, avoid it. Okay.
Avoid it, absolutely.
So we'll end it there. Thank you so much again. I think we'll probably do a follow-up section.
Well, thank you.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
Up next is Mr. Wynn Rochelle, Project Director of the AARP Senior Community Service Employment Program. So don't go away. We're back and glad to have you with us today on Connect. I'm your host, Ladisa Onilagu. Our next guest is Mr. Wynn Rochelle, Project Director of the AARP Senior Community Service Employment Program, also known as CSEP. Mr. Rochelle has a Master of Business degree, a Bachelor of Arts degree, and an Associate degree in Business Administration, so he brings a wealth of knowledge to this segment today. With over 10 years of experience focused on management, Mr. Rochelle's leadership of the Senior Community Services Employment Program has allowed seniors 55 years of age and older to gain access to training programs, as well as cultivate skills to compete in the job market. Welcome to Connect.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
So happy that you're here with us today. Of course, you know our theme is EncoreCareers, so you are a perfect guest to talk about this very important opportunity for seniors that they may not be aware of. So tell our viewers a little bit about the CSEP program and how long it's been in existence.
Okay. Well, let me start by addressing the fact that AARP has been around since the late 50s. And it was the vision of our founder, Miss Ethel Percy Andrus.
Okay.
She was a retired school teacher, school principal, who wanted to help some retired teachers. So we started into the arm of assisting seniors that were retired, and then it just expanded, the vision expanded to help those persons that were trying to get back into the workforce after being laid off from work or after caring for loved ones.
Yes.
And so it made it a little challenging for them to compete. So one of the things that came out of that was the request to assist seniors that were 55 and older to help them get back into the job market. And that's what we currently do to this day.
Tremendous background, very important. And some people may question, why are we interested in this as senior services? But we know that once someone stays stagnant and they're at home, their health can decline a lot quicker versus being out engaged in society, either through working or fitness or some type of activity. So how can a senior become a part of this great program? What steps do they need to take?
First of all, they have to be, willing to become employed again. I know there's a difference between volunteering and employment, because oftentimes what persons think through our program is that, oh, it's just an opportunity for me to get out of the house. We know that there are some programs and or some services that are being offered by Fulton County Senior Services that give them an opportunity to socialize and be engaged in that way. But our program is very targeted in that our purpose is to help position them for employment. So you have to be seeking employment, you have to be unemployed, and you have to be seeking employment. So our training program actually helps to, bridge some of the gaps of unemployment or those skill sets that you need to brush up on. Our program is designed to kind of help with that. And we have community partners that help us to do just that because, of course, one office can't provide the services like Fulton County is able to do. So our group, we only concentrate on getting them connected to community partners that can help with, training skills, reading skills, financial literacy, things of that sort
Okay.
that will help them to be self-sufficient. And that is the basic
So,
basis for our program.
so the first thing is there has to be a willingness and motivation. And then I heard you talk a little bit about the skills training, and some of our viewers may be industries, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what's the difference between just a temp staff or filling a gap versus providing the skills that this program does?
Okay. Well, one of the things that we do is assess where they are, what they need, and we just talk with them and ask them, well, how can we be of service to you? We try not to put ourselves in a position of forcing, something on you that you don't desire
Yeah.
for yourself. So we just have some conversation about, well, what is it that you desire to do? If we have persons that say, hey, I'm looking to, become a driver. I mean, I love to drive. I used to drive, in my previous career or, job, but I haven't had an opportunity to do that in a long time. So what we try to do is identify opportunities to kind of help them, just get back into, interacting with people again, going to work on time or
Yes.
going to training on time. Because sometimes those skills are lost, especially when you've had the authority and the liberty to,
Freedom to
yes,
rest and relax.
do whatever it is that you do. And
Okay.
it's sometimes hard just trying to again socialize and get back into the groove. So we do help them with that.
Okay.
So our program again helps them because we're not an employer.
Right.
We have to remind people that we don't have jobs. We're actually just helping you to transition into, gainful employment, and we're able to do that by working with our community partners to do that.
Are there any limitations on the industries that could benefit from this skills training opportunity, or what areas do you go into?
Well, we first realized that, we can't be the end all for everyone because the industry is just too massive, it's too broad. But we do know and we recognize that there are some skills that you have to have, those soft skills,
Yeah.
those customer service related skills. And, with today's technology continuing to evolve, you have to have some computer savviness and you have to have some training around that. So we encourage our 55 plus community to take advantage of computer literacy training, and we are able to offer that through some of our community partners. And then with some of the customer service opportunities that we have a mass partnership with Fulton County as it relates to customer service. And so we're excited to be in partnership with Fulton County to even offer that service through some of the senior services and the facilities for our seniors.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about multiple streams of income and the importance of having that if possible. Can you share some advice with our viewers today?
Well, we know that that is one of the toughest struggles for our members of our community that are 55 and older because, oftentimes they don't make enough income. They're relying on Social Security. Some of them are not even eligible for Social Security at this point,
Okay.
because again, it's available once you turn 65, 65 and a half. So, having the opportunity to be a part of a training program, fortunately, we're able to pay them while they're training. So that provides some assistance. But because this is a program that requires them to be unemployed, they can't have multiple streams of income to be a part of the program. However, we do try and provide some strategies to help them. One of the things that we certainly have them take advantage of is savings jar, just putting a little bit aside so that, I know it's difficult
Yeah.
to save some, but we encourage that savings and looking for employment so that we can position you to make more income
See,
so
that
that
kind
you
of
could
goes
then.
into what I was thinking about. It's a fine balance because what if
Mhm,
someone is on a fixed income? And so
mhm.
one of the things you said was a savings
JAR is what we
jar.
call, yes, that's one of the programs that AARP has developed, and that's just an opportunity for people to, just put a little bit back. I know
Okay.
that we talk, about savings and how difficult it is for
Mhm.
seniors. We even had a financial workshop with one of our banking partners,
Mhm.
and we had a tremendous response and just developing an app, or they have an app where you can now go on and do some of your banking online
Okay.
using your app, and people are able to put monies aside using this app by just transferring monies from their checking account to their savings account, just to
Okay.
kind of help them. But again, when you start thinking about strategies for multiple income streams,
Yes.
we encourage people to also think about entrepreneurship,
Mm.
because that's one of the programs that we've also, focused on to help them with uh, developing themselves.
Well, Mr. Rochelle, I'm so happy that you were able to give hope to our viewers today and to let them know that there are still opportunities to get an encore career, to get more skills training, and to manage even on a fixed income. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
They can call our office and we'll be glad to, give them further information and direction on what they need to do to
Sure.
be a participant in our AARP Senior Community Service Employment
Do you
Program.
have a contact number for
That
our
contact
viewers?
number is 404-892-4446. Again, that's 404-892-4446.
Well, there you have it. We'll be back with closing thoughts after this break. We are so glad you shared your time with us today. I hope you were motivated by this program and the information shared. It is our mission to improve the quality of life for older adults through the development and coordination of programs and supportive services that encourage independence and enhances overall well-being for seniors, their caregivers, and the community we serve. We welcome your feedback and the opportunity to speak with you further. For more information about these programs and our department, please contact us at 404-613-6000 or email us at seniorservices@fultoncountyga.gov. You may also follow us at Fulton Info about these services and more. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Connect, powered by the Department of Senior Services.